The two-day Global Business Forum Africa, being held in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, kicked off on Wednesday, and it attracted government and business leaders, among others, to discuss the opportunities brought about by the African Continental Free Trade Area. In his virtual address to the participants, President Paul Kagame said that much as COVID-19 pandemic has devastated the global economy, leaders have a responsibility to do their best to ensure that Africa bounces back stronger while dealing with the effects of the pandemic.
The COVID pandemic has been an extremely difficult period. Families and small businesses have experienced a great deal of loss. And while the worst may be behind us, the road back to normal is still long. That's why we have a responsibility amidst all this disruption to maximize the strength and assets that Africa does have. We must also strive to seize the new opportunities that have been generated to work with the partners to build a more prosperous and cooperative future for all of us.
President Kagame also pointed out that as vaccines become more accessible around the world, the fight against COVID-19 pandemic is gaining momentum.
Manufacturing and supply chains will need to become more resilient, more local, and more technologically advanced. Fourth industrial revolution innovations in artificial intelligence and 3D printing, for example, are making it possible to make products almost anywhere at a competitive cost. Similarly, life-saving vaccines and other pharmaceuticals will increasingly be produced in a decentralized fashion, including in Rwanda, thanks to advances in engineering and good partnerships with companies like BioNTech and others.
The head of state noted that despite the resurgence of the economic sector, the world has not yet reached the level of the economic projections of 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. He pointed out that some of the obstacles caused by this pandemic can last for a long time.
Africa met this crisis well prepared in at least one important respect. The African Continental Free Trade Area, which was decades in the making, had just entered its operational phase in July 2019. Africa is now the largest free trade area in the world in terms of the number of countries since the formation of the World Trade Organization. Last week, the 15th ratification of the African Medicines Agency Treaty was deposited with the African Union, and the treaty will therefore come into force next month. The establishment of this body will be a game changer for Africa's ability to produce high-quality vaccines and medicines for our continent. However, the progress of African economic integration will mean more trade and investment between Africa and the rest of the world, not less.
The 6th edition of the Global Business Forum Africa comes in 2021 after being postponed last year due to COVID-19 crisis. This year's forum, which concluded on Thursday, was organized by the Dubai Chamber of Commerce in the United Arab Emirates and is being held at the same time as the 2020 Expo Dubai.